The mystic poet Rumi said that fermentation is the oldest symbol of human transformation. A thirst for home. Here we go.
You ready?
Oh yeah.
What fermentation does is the yeast consumes the sugar in the liquid that we're making today, and it produces alcohol and carbon dioxide. And it produces flavors and esters and profiles that people will line up for. No one would line up for what we're making right now. Trust me, nobody would. But you give it 3 weeks and all of a sudden we create something magical. We never went into this to just set up a brewery or to sling beer, as much as we might love craft beer and the art of making craft beer. It always served as a vehicle for something bigger than itself. What makes this beer special is the fact that people from different sectors are gathering together around an issue that is really starting to affect many people in Missoula, which is the cost of housing and affordable housing. And so, you know, when you get nonprofits that come together that have kind of cultural power, a credit union that has financial influence, and a brewery that has the ability to gather people together, when all of those different sectors can come together around a common objective, I mean, we believe that that's when magic happens. I'm Robert.
Robert, Jessica.
Nice to meet you, Jessica. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
We wanted to do something where we could celebrate our new name, but something that would bring people together, give them a reason to celebrate, and while we're doing that, shine a light on a really good cause.
It was a real delight for us when Clearwater Credit Union presented the idea of celebrating their rebranding with a specialty beer. From both sides, it was from the beginning agreed that whatever profit would come out of that product would go to Missoula Home Coalition.
Give it up for the Missoula Home Coalition. We've come together in and around housing and how the lack of housing that is affordable for people is affecting our lives and the lives of our loved ones. What we can definitely agree on is that people are at their healthiest, they're safest and the most whole when they have a roof over their heads. Do you agree? Yes.
We've been wanting to do something around affordable housing for a long time. It's a really big issue in Montana, in Missoula in particular, and a lot of surrounding areas that are experiencing significant growth, but wages that aren't necessarily keeping up. So there's increased disparity around housing availability. And how do we make any sort of movement on that? And so at a minimum, giving a platform and a voice and exposure to a group of citizens that have banded together to really advocate for their neighbors and their communities around this issue felt like a good fit, not just to debut a new name, but to use our platform to try to do some good. And beer is delicious.
You know, we really wanted to make something special for this one, so we threw everything that we knew and could at the beer. And so, you know, I always tell people that it's not really my role to say whether the beer is good or not. We try to infuse all of our energy into creating art. It's really up for the people to say what they think. But I was very grateful that one of our patrons, who's here quite often and who is a big beer aficionado, said that he thought it was the best beer he'd ever had in his life.
There's a pretty loyal following for this particular brewery in the town, and so to be able to find like one of their beers on a local shelf at like 4 or so different grocery stores was really exciting and had a lot of positive buzz. And then add to that it also gives exposure to this cause.
The beer didn't last probably 5 days on the shelves in all the stores, so it was really, really cool to see people going there to buy the beer because they wanted to support, and they were very excited to try the beer, of course, but I think to really just have that campaign in their hands and seeing that they supported that.
This project and a lot of what we're trying to do at Clearwater is a good reflection of you're never too small to try to make a difference.
That nothing changes in the world unless people come together and work on those issues together. And so for us, it's very inspiring to be a part of a process where you can get these different actors who realize that there is a challenge and a common problem that we are sharing as a community, and who come together to say, let's do something about it.